Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So, to keep up with the trend of shooting film photography, I decided for this video to head down to the beach and experiment with a different film stock, and also a new camera. Well, kind of a new camera. I've had this one in my possession for years, but today is the first day I'm actually using it, and that camera is a Canon AE-1 program. The film stock I used for this outing was this FujiFilm 200 speed film, which was the cheapest film I could get at the moment. This is my second film stock till now that I've experimented with, since my first was FujiFilm Superior 400. However, the price of that film has risen considerably, and I wanted to try a different film stock anyway. Not to get too sidetracked on the cost of film right now, but yeah, if you're a photographer watching this who shoots with film, then you definitely get what I'm talking about. And while I do have plans in the future to shoot with other films like Portrait and Cinestill, for now, this cheaper Fujifilm will have to do. But without any further ado, let's get into today's video. Before heading down to the beach, I decided to load my film at this parking lot. At first we tried to visit this nearby botanical garden, but when we got there it was about 10 minutes away from closing, so I didn't really have time to frame any shots in there since I like to take my time when shooting film, so then I decided to head down to the beach.
Alright, so we're in Corona Del Mar, Newport Beach. We're going to shoot some film photography, so we're going to explore the area a bit, see some of these rocks and jetties that are out here in the ocean, and we'll see what we can capture on film.
So I have been to this beach before a couple times, and what I really like about it is that there is a lot to see. The views are really great, and you can walk across this whole beach without ever needing to step in the sand.
So for now I have the camera set to program, which is essentially the point and shoot mode, which makes it fully automatic. So I'll be utilizing that for the time being right now and seeing how I like it.
Right here I'm making my way down to what I believe is called Pirates Cove, which has this cool rock formation that you can climb on and get a good view of the water. So right here I thought this would make for a good picture with the rock in the foreground and the trees in the background. At this moment I saw this boat floating by and just snapped a shot of that. This rock was fun to climb, though you do gotta be careful and make sure you don't trip and fall off. And at this moment this sailboat decides to just come into frame nicely. At this point I'm walking towards the jetty, but to my right I see a flock of birds just floating in the water that I thought would make for a good frame. This seagull was just asking for its picture to be taken.
Alright guys, so far so good. Right now we're just chilling on this jetty. getting some nice pictures of the ocean and the sailboats right here. My girlfriend's hanging out right here. She's the second camera person, by the way, so whenever you see the B-roll cut to me, she's usually the one holding the camera.
Yes, that's me.
I wanted to see how this film stock handled skin tone, so I decided to take a picture of my girlfriend just sitting on the rocks. And it's definitely a warmer tone, but I do like it. Had to do a bit of climbing action right here to get on this jetty, but the view really is awesome. Right here you can see the shore and people waiting in the water. I like the symmetry of this shot.
All right, so just finished shooting some of these shots around this whole area right here where these jetties are at. So now I'm gonna try to go find some of these tide pools that are around here. I'm gonna take the Canon AE-1 and finish shooting the rest of this roll. So I'm on shot 16 right now. Let's finish it up.
Again, the views here were really great, and the 50mm I had on was great for taking those wide shots of the beach like this one.
I actually really like the color of these plants right here. Actually, let me back up a little bit. There we go. I actually really like these jagged rocks on the bottom too. The water's hitting them. Take a picture of this.
So from here we made our way down to the tide pools, which were a short walk nearby.
So the film I have been using today is FujiFilm 200. That's all it says, is FujiFilm 200. I only have previous experience with FujiFilm Superior 400. So obviously I don't know what the film will look like until I get it developed. So I have to wait and see how it looks like when I start to edit this video.
And now that I'm speaking to you from post-editing, I can say that this film is actually very identical to Superior 400, in that the tones are actually really warm and saturated, although I do think it does give the pictures a more vintage look. Here's a cool little cave I found just walking along the rocks. At this point, I only had a few more shots left in my roll, but I couldn't not take a picture of these beach houses, which look really nice and surely are very, very expensive.
All right, cool, so I'm on frame 30, which means I only have about 6 more shots left. So I think I'm gonna finish the roll down here, although I don't know where down here is, but we'll see.
Another example of an amazing view. And this was awesome. There were actually a couple of dolphins swimming in the water, and you can see them if you look closely. I had a time to shot perfectly.
So that was pretty cool. We actually saw a couple of dolphins in the water right there. And I took one shot, and hopefully it comes out. All right, last shot for today. I did bring my 2 other rolls, but I think I'll just save it for next time. I think I got enough for today.
Overall, I really enjoyed shooting with this camera. I'm glad it ended up working, and it's really fun to use and has one of the most satisfying shutter clicks in my opinion. I kept the camera in program mode, which made it easier for me honestly, because between juggling back and forth between my camera and the GoPro, the last thing I want to worry about is having the wrong exposure settings and missing the shot. So program mode, really helpful, especially on a film camera where your shots really count and are one and done. As far as a film stock FujiFilm 200, I gotta say it's not too impressive, but it works and it's not too expensive. It's very similar to Fuji Superior 400, just at a lesser ISO, which was better for the bright sunny day. Alright guys, and that brings me to the end of today's video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to hit that like button for more videos. Let me know your thoughts on the Canon AE-1 program or FujiFilm 200. Also, I'd love any suggestions on what film stock I should try next. Don't forget to subscribe as well. And with that, I will catch you all in my next video.